Hey, how's it going? This is Case. Hey, listen, I just wanted to first and foremost thank everyone who was checking in on us in regards to the tropical storm that came through. Just wanted to say thank you so much. I appreciate it. My family appreciates it. Just really a heartfelt thank you. Also, figured what I would do is I'd make a video and just try to show you what the storm damage looks like out here. And so here it is. I'm driving right now, and I'll let you take a look at the footage. Here we go. Catastrophic. Oh, no, but in all seriousness, all it really was just light rain. We've had heavier rain back in like January, February. There's some clouds off in the distance there. The sun came out about, 40 minutes ago, I guess. But the funny thing is, depending on where you live at in California, if you're in the Los Angeles area, a lot of those schools and elementary schools are closed today because they were concerned about the storm. But if you're in the Inland Empire area, all the schools are open. And so, but I'm not trying to get too deep in this, but they also, both areas vote differently politically as well. And so that just kind of gives you a heads up on that. But anyway, so here's the storm damage. Let me know when you see something. But for the most part, the places that had any flooding were the places that normally have flooding when there's heavy rain. Intersections, hillside areas, near the beaches, in the valley areas. Those places, especially in the valley, because they don't have real true drainage or rain runoff and all that kind of stuff. There's no place for it to drain. Learned that when I lived in the valley. So for the most part, only places that had flooding were places that normally would have flooding when there's heavier rain. Heavy meaning more than 1.5 inches of rain. The total rain received was about 2 inches to 2.5 in some areas. Of course, it was heavier in the mountains, as it always is in the mountains. That's whether it's raining or snow, it's always heavier in the mountains. So just want to get everybody to know that everything is fine. There's nothing going on here. It's a normal day. That tropical storm that went through was just another little rainstorm. It was not a big deal. The news kept on saying it was going to be catastrophic and first time in 80 years. And last night on my phone, all up to 2:30 in the morning, they were sending us flood warning watches. And I couldn't believe it because it was sprinkling. And I was like, are you serious? Because in all honesty, like I said, we had heavier rain from January through March, right? And that was real stuff. You can probably look it up if you Google or whatever you want to do. Go back and look at rain totals for California winter 2023 or something like that, and you see how much rain we got, and then compare that with the 2 to 2.5. A lot of places 1, some places less than 1 inch of rain, and they were calling that catastrophic. You see, and so just want to let everybody know there was no big deal. It was just a regular old rainstorm. It was just unusual because it made it up this far. That was all. But if you know anything about hurricanes, hurricanes do not like cold water, because that's the death sentence for a hurricane. Well, what happens up when you get close to California? The water cools off. So the closer the hurricane got to California, that was a death sentence for the hurricane. That's why it went from a 4 to a 2 in 5 hours, because it was coming up the coast, headed up north. When it got to California, it was a tropical depression. Right? Because hurricanes do not like cold water. That's why you don't see many hurricanes making it to California. And that's why it's been over 80 years since they had one. And again, they still haven't had one because this one didn't even make it. When it got here, it was a tropical storm, as it should be, because it's over cold water. So anyway, don't listen to all the junk that you hear on the news. The news tells you a lot of scare stuff. They said it was going to be catastrophic. They said it was going to be all these terrible things. The governor issued all these warnings. I got notices on my phone. But once again, we had heavier rain back in January through March. Much, much heavier rain. So as you can tell, there's your storm damage. Let me know when you see something. But there's nothing going on here. Other than that, I guess that's about a wrap. The reason there's a the lights out right there is because they're putting up a light. It used to be a four-way stop with stop signs, but everybody used to always have near arguments and fights. And so now they're putting up a light. So it wasn't a storm taking out a light bulb or nothing like that. Not a light bulb, but a street light. That was just because they're putting up a new street light there. So anyway, I'm going to turn this off. I've rattled off enough. Again, thank everyone for who contacted us. I really appreciate it. Let us know that you're thinking about us, and that's great. We also had an earthquake yesterday. It was yesterday. It was a 5.1, I think it was. It was near Ojai, California. It's kind of far away. So, but I didn't feel a thing. Sonia said she felt something, but that was it. So that was kind of neat. But other than that, there's nothing really going on. There's some grapevines, you know. Everybody's doing about the normal business. Everything's open. So there you go. Nothing else to really say. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. You guys have a great one. Hey, Aunt Sarah. Hey, Geraldine. How you guys doing? And I will talk to you later. There's your storm clouds off in the distance. That's about all that's left. And they're over the mountain ranges, which they're going to be over the mountain because you got the hot air just rising from the earth, going up the mountains, meeting the cool air. And it does like you do with when you put a pot of water on, you put the lid on it, all the moisture gets trapped on the lid and you see it foaming up. That's what happens when the hot air rises and meets the cool air over the mountains. It foams up. I guess you could kind of say it produces clouds. And that's why you got clouds off over the mountains in the distance. All right. So anyway, other than that, blue skies everywhere you look. Okay, then. You guys have a good one. I'll catch you later. Thanks again for contacting us. Talk to you. Bye-bye.